G20 के लोकाचार पर आधारित दुनिया में शांति की संस्कृति को बढ़ावा देने के लिए विज्ञान, धर्म और तत्वज्ञान की अनूठी तथा ऐतिहासिक 9वीं वैश्विक संसद वाराणसी के श्री काशी विश्वनाथ धाम कॉरिडोर में आयोजित की गई थी। सर्वश्रेष्ठ वैज्ञानिक और आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान तथा तत्वज्ञान को एक साथ लाते हुए शांति तथा सद्भावना की संस्कृति को बढ़ावा देने और एक शांति प्रिय समग्र वैश्विक समाज का विकास करने के तरीकों पर इन 3 दिवसीय संसद में चर्चा हुई। काशी में आने वाले तीर्थयात्रियों तथा भक्तों की आसान आवाजाही के लिए प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी द्वारा बनाए गए काशी विश्वनाथ कॉरिडोर को विश्वधर्मी प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर विश्वनाथ कराट जी ने काशी विश्वनाथ ज्ञान कॉरिडोर का रूप दे दिया और यहीं पर संपन्न हुई विज्ञान, धर्म और तत्वज्ञान को समर्पित 9वीं वैश्विक संसद। उत्तराखंड से आए प्रख्यात दार्शनिक और विचारक स्वामी आशुतोष उर्फ स्ट्रॉबल जी ने सभी श्रोताओं को अपने वक्तव्य से सम्मोहित किया।
I can only say Dr. Vishwanath, name and form. Vishwanath. That says everything. Now I'm telling you something. You maybe get a shock. I'm telling you now, you see the elephant has 2 kinds of teeth. Those to chew and those to show. So did Maharishi. Maharishi was also saying to us in private, he was warning us. I remember in the 60s, when we suddenly had the Beatles and thousands of people started to meditate, it was very positive. Maharishi said, no, we will not achieve the goal so quickly, they will try to destroy us. In 1982, in a private meeting, Maharishi told us, what is it but a man cannot get enough? He said, it's power. People sitting in power, the people who control the world, they will do anything to keep it. That's what Maharishi said. Remember in Gujarat, the outbreak of the plague in the 90s? Maharishi said to us in private, this is done by the CIA. They want to destroy India. If you don't believe it, read the books of Rajiv Malhotra. Fantastic research. There's a book called Breaking India. There are organizations behind it. That's why what the work with Dr. Vishwanath Karat does is of utmost importance. We have to hurry to make a smooth transition. What we actually see at the moment is a very dangerous sort of balance game of transition of bad powers starting to lose their grip because of sattva is rising. Now, in this whole time when 9/11 happened, due to Maharishi's teaching ahead, I knew immediately this is a whole fraud. There are no terrorists in that way. The official story was complete nonsense. But for me, the sad story was not what actually happened, but that not more people woke up. Now let's jump to 2006 when Israel attacked Lebanon and Iran should get involved also. Maharishi said the problem is in the United States. Immediately, next slide, he sent 550 pundits, next slide, 550 pundits to, what happened? Next slide. 550 pundits went to, overnight so to say, to Fairfield, Iowa, practicing Rudabhisheks every day and transcendental meditation, yogic flying, supporting, next slide, the 1,600 people which were there already in the dome. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. So now I want to explain you how this actually works, and this is the most interesting part. In 1980, Maharishi explained to us in the Indian Express building. First, Dr. Triguna was speaking. Now, Dr. Brihaspati Triguna was the most accomplished Vaidya on those days. At least that's Sushma Swaraj presented him to the WHO in Geneva with this title, Most Accomplished Vaidya of India. He was also sent by Maharishi, requested by Maharishi to go and take care of the problem in Gujarat when the plague broke out. And you know what he did? He did a yagya. Ayurveda is not just replacing paracetamol with Maharidash and Ganmati. Ayurveda is a knowledge which all other Vedic sciences include, the Adidevic, the Adhyatmic, the Adibhautic, everything. So Yagyas is a work of Adidevic. Now, he explained us in this conference in 1980 that you see, when we eat food, we process it to Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asthi, Macha, Shuka, and eventually Ojas. Finer than Ojas is Soma. Now, there was a Professor Wallace on stage, he said, oh, can we measure that? Then immediately he said, Maharishi started to speak and said, Soma is neither manifest nor unmanifest. It is the nourishment for the gods. And the gods are starving. What would the Prime Minister do for you if you are putting him in prison and feeding him on dry roti and water? What can he do? So that's what we need, is nourishing the devas with, next slide, with how I found in the Rig Veda, the 9th mandala of the Rig Veda is full of praises of Soma Pavamana and the importance of it. In the 113th Adhyaya, the second Richa, there it clearly states, a man with faith and devotion put inward, this is tapas, meditates, all this, that produces Soma for Indra. I remember it was a Christian priest, a Christian monk, coming to visit Maharishi in Sedisburg, and Maharishi told him, it's because of the monasteries in the world that the world is still existing. At that time I did not understand, but after this I understood. Now, next slide. But Maharishi gave us a warning, and that's why I want to show you this. He said in 2004, in a press conference, in a Hindi press conference, he said, if India is not waking up to its Vedic values, to its duty, to its role as the Guru of the world, you will be for thousands of years in slavery. I repeat, you will be for thousands of years in slavery. He, at the same time, the big importance, he said, we have to have yogic flyers, we have to have big groups. The way a previous speaker was just mentioning it also, I think, last session. Big groups everywhere who do meditation, who do yoga, who do yogic flying, who do all these techniques to produce enough Soma. Because with that we can remove all problems and we will have an age of enlightenment. Now, next slide. The next slide. And not only that, what Maharishi did for about 10 years, in every pilgrim center, he had Rudabhisheks, he had 66 pandits in every Jyotirling, doing Rudabhishek, yogic flying, meditation every day, 22 pandits in every Shakti Peeth, in every Vishnu Peeth, in the Ashtavinayaks, everywhere in India. Now I want to bring one point. This problem which Maharishi indicated, that we may get into complete slavery, do we see any evidence of that? Well, some people may not like now what I'm going to say. Next slide. When this corona nonsense started, and the simple flu was sold as a monster virus to push a vaccine through, what we see now in the statistics over the last few years is that in 2020 there were not more people dying. But since the vaccine, especially the mRNA vaccine, is out, people die like flies. The death rate goes up, it is astronomical. Next slide. You see here in all these countries where the mRNA vaccine was implemented, next slide, it's happening. In Japan it's almost going double. And there are now court cases in Japan and in Switzerland and in Thailand, next slide, everywhere. In Australia you see one vaccine, that many hospital, 2, more, 3, more, 4 vaccines, more hospital admissions. Next slide. Now, were there no voices warning us? Yes, there were voices. Dr. Malone, who was the founder, the inventor of the mRNA vaccine, the moment he got to know that this stuff is not resting in your arm, he said, stop it for heaven's sake, the people will die. He was not the only one. There were hundreds, thousands, Nobel laureates, doctors, nurses, everywhere nobody listened, nobody heard it, because it didn't come in the mainstream. Is there another agenda behind? Next slide. Look what the economic forum of Davos, what they are preaching. We have too many people. We don't need that many people in the world. Next slide. Professor Harari. These are things we are seeing coming out of this, I call it the World Evil Forum. There is a power of people who still try to keep it. Next slide. It's just finished. Now this is what they say. Humans must embrace becoming an energy source for IA machines. Well, I would say humans must embrace to become an energy source for the Devas. Not IA is the problem. The problem is that we are not being in tune with the cosmic intelligence. It's cosmic intelligence we need. Next slide. They are trying to make us believe that we're having a global warming and carbon dioxide is a big problem. I have nothing against green ecology, definitely not. But in the last 10 years, the Arctic ice didn't melt, and the ice bears are happy. That is not told to you. That you only find if you do research. There's a big thing telling you that we have to control, we have to give carbon credit to you. You're not allowed anymore, you watch out. Soon you will not allow anymore to have your cows because they're farting and putting too much carbon dioxide. This is actually the program. But this is not what will be. It will not be like that. Thanks to activities like we have here, thanks to all the people meditating, and now the good thing is that the people are waking up. The world is waking up more than ever before. 9/11 did not wake up the people as much because it only hit one city, but now the world is waking up because people are realizing there's something wrong. Next slide. Because if the WHO is not including Ayurveda, and thanks to the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has opened the center with the WHO in Gujarat, this is a tremendous success. But they have to really do it. If they're only working with allopathy, then we know what sort of catastrophes we are getting. The United Nations, watch this film on the United Nations, then you see the agenda is something else than what you think it is. And all these human rights organizations who have no idea about what human rights are. The human rights is a declaration in the Ved, and that is fully enlightenment. Next slide. The last. So what is the goal? The pilgrim center, which are a channel to nourish these laws of nature, the Devas. Not 66 Pandit, no, we need 1331, having Ati Rudrabhishek in every Jyotirling, having Shat Shakti in every Shakti Peeth, having Sahasranams in every Vishnu Peeth, in every Ashtami Nayak. This will create saints like Kalidas, like Ramanuj, because knowledge is from within. Alpakal Vidya Sapai. That is the knowledge which the Yoga Sutra says, Ritampara Tatra Pragya. This knowledge from within, that has to be awakened. And then we have an age of enlightenment, and we will be nourishing the Devas and not the AI computers. They will give us time so that we can spend more time on developing our nervous system to perfection. Last slide. And I want to close with what Bhagavan Manu has said. The people born in this country, they will go out to the world as light, as enlightened teachers, lifting up the world and guiding the world in the right direction.